Hey guys, welcome to the Family IT, where I just teach you some basic things about technology to help you maneuver this new world that we're in, where everything is about technology, but you don't have to be a techie to get around. So if you find this information helpful, you like it, give it a like below and consider subscribing. All right, so today we're going to talk about online banking in 2020 and really how simple it can be, and why you would do online banking versus always going into a branch or trying to find a branch on this one. So let's see if we can get this going. All right, so when it comes to online banking, here are the basics, okay? What you need is a computer or mobile with internet connection, and a bank account. Like, this is what it is. That's all you need to get started. Here are a couple of things that you can do purely on the internet. You can deposit, you can withdraw, you can take a loan out with all the papers to sign and everything. You can open and close accounts and pay bills and people. So a lot of people think that there's not much that can be done, but most banking things can be done online. Number one question though is it safe? Because you hear a lot about the number one thing most people are afraid of is getting hacked. That word goes around a whole lot, but I assure you that banks that have online banking, which is like 99.9% of any banking institution has some sort of online connection there, they're prepared for this. Number one, of course, that's why there's even the FDIC insurance of, I believe, what is 100,000, 250,000, something like that. It varies throughout any bank, but there's insurance. They're insured for a reason, and they can cover for a reason. So not to say that this is happening 24/7 or that you would actually be a target of it, but I mean, you're likely to get hacked, as you know. 20 years ago, bank robberies were like the thing. So don't worry. This isn't something that is happening, to you all the time. And there's backups and insurances for that. The one way to really make sure that you are doing everything to be safe online is to have a strong password. Yes, I know. We have so many passwords already. No one could remember them all. And I do have previous videos about how to keep passwords and not to have to remember them. But this is how we're living in this world from here on out. Now, in the future, there's already talk about doing away with passwords and things like that. And I'll show you in a little bit how that's kind of coming about. But a good password is so important. And what is a good password? It's something that actually involves just more than just the numbers and letters and 13 characters or more and all of that stuff. And I'll show you here. So if you have an iPhone, this is what this is talking about here. So one thing another way to keep yourself safe online also is to also have a lock on your device itself. So this right here is showing the way to go step by step to put on that lock on your device. And I know most people don't, or they have 1111000, but it's so important to actually make that a little more complicated. And it's not to make it complicated for yourself, but to just be more secure. And of course, you have so many choices here. That everybody goes for the 4-digit because it's easy, but of course, you can do the custom alphanumeric code, and that is the absolute safest it could be. But yes, I understand it can be a pain to do that all the time. So, just so you know, this is where you go on your iPhone or any Apple device, mobile device. You go through security and location, security and privacy, and this is where you can even do face recognition. If you have an iPhone or an older one that just does fingerprint ID, this is where it gets easier, where you're going to marry the alphanumeric 13-character password to something that is quick and easy for yourself, which is either your fingerprints or your face recognition. And this is the security that is gaining momentum here on forward to make it easier for the user, but harder for someone who's actually trying to do something bad. Okay? Now, here's another one. A VPN, a virtual private network. Now, what this does is that it secures the actual internet communication. So if you're actually in a public place, which it's July 2020 and we are not really in public places much because of the worldwide pandemic that is happening right now. So there's not a lot of travel, there's not a lot of staying in a place that has free Wi-Fi. But if you do find yourself in a place that has free Wi-Fi and you want to make any transactions or go online, I do recommend downloading what's called a virtual private network, because that masks your actual, where the internet connection in that communication is truly coming from. So it's just an extra layer of security about that. And of course, if you have an Apple device, you go to the App Store to download a VPN. It's just an application. And if you have an Android, then you go to the Play Store. You see that there. So when it comes to banks themselves, banks are actually turning themselves into a contactless environment more and more, and even more so now, where we're literally trying to stay away from other humans because of the transmission of a virus. So when it comes to this, a lot of times if you go into a bank, you're going to see ways to not interact with a human when you get inside. So this is just a example where they have screens, they have information, and you really don't even have to be with a person to do what you need to do, but yet you went there already. So why not do this at home? So there's so many reasons not to go to a bank. Reasons that it's easy. Don't go to the bank because you don't have to, because most of your transactions won't need something in person. But here's some reasons why you would. One, you have a large cash transaction. Of course, you have something physical that you have to bring in. So, of course, when it comes to that, and ATMs actually are also considered not in the branch. So when I say technology and online, like the ATM is considered that also. So if you are inputting more cash, like a stack of cash, one, you just may actually be a business doing that, which is, normal for that. But if you're not a business and otherwise just a normal person, don't know why you would do that, but hey, some people do. Another reason is currency conversion. Now, like I said, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Not much travel is going on internationally right now. So this is more on the high probability that you're not going to need this type of service. Again, coins, physical thing, you need to turn in a physical entity like coins. I get it. You have to go in. There's nothing you can do about that. You need to get into a safe deposit box. Again, physical entity that you need to handle. That's what that is. And I think the biggest reason why anybody would actually go in is for that good old human interaction. Now, when it comes to that, the human interaction, you need it. I get it. And that's the thing that's being avoided at this time. So, if that's what's going on, then of course, go ahead and go. But what's happening now, of course, we know that's not really recommended. And we need to find our human interactions in different ways. So at least you can not go to the bank and expose your health to something that, to other people and all of that on there. But all of this in this year right now is just to stay safe. But online banking will continue to evolve. It's going to become the main way. Well, for most and a lot of people, it is the main way to do banking on there. There are plenty of banking institutions that are purely online. Say like, Capital One, for example, was that for a very long time. I think they do have some physical branches now, but that's not really their big deal. And there's other ones that are the same. So, yeah, so that's online banking. If you guys have any questions or want me to do any other videos or anything like that about online banking or any thing to go more in depth, let me know in the comments below. So if you got this far and you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, hit the like button, and I'll see you soon.